Okay, I've been doing the dip. I'm at the tail end of it, and I have lots of comments about the different products, but I've been doing like a different color on each nail as I'm going through these colors. There's this brand that I'm using, and then there is this brand, which this one is like a little more sparkly, but I don't think it's as good of a brand, it seems to me, so far. But I have one more to go, and it happens to be this brand. So the first thing I've been putting on, and this is the first time I've ever done this, but is that the Bond stuff. Evidently, you're supposed to put it on to dry out the nail. And I guess well, the first thing I did was use a file and rough up my nail just a little bit, and then I put this Bond stuff on that dries out the nail. So that's the Bond stuff. And then from there you go right into the base, and I've learned the base is what makes everything adhere, the powder adhere, and you don't want to overdo the base. I learned that the hard way, because then you'll have a glob of product, because this is kind of like the glue, and you don't want a big glob of something. So I go really thin with it, and then this is when you dip it in at the 45-degree angle, and the base makes it adhere to the finger, and then you tap your finger to knock off the extra, and then you have to use your little brush to get off the extra. And if you don't take off the extra, because I tried that once, that will glob it up too. So you want to take it off, and then if you want to do a second coat, you would do the base again, thin amount, just a little amount, and then you would dip it again, a second time, or how many times you want to go for the darkness that you're looking for. And so that is the last nail as far as all of them that I've done now. And so this is what they look like without the activation or without a top coat. So I'm just going to put these like that. And I just did one of each color. They're all in the same vein, but that one's kind of messed up there. They're all in the same vein, but they're, I like the lighter colors. And I did like 2 to 3 coats, and that was it. Okay, so the base is done. I've done all of them with first the Bond and then the base. And now this is the activation, and I haven't done any of them yet with the activation, but I wanted to do it all on camera, and I'm learning that this isn't the first time I've ever done this. So on goes the activation, and I don't have a clue what it's going to look like. I'm guessing it makes it adhere permanently. Yeah. Oh wow, and it makes the color pop. This one is this was the most colorful one, and this was the one that I was saying I didn't like as much, from the pink lidded. I should probably use the right names. I will put it at the bottom in the description, all the products that I'm using from start to finish, including, I already posted the products of the removal, my polish removal that I use to get my powder dip off. And that's already been posted with the products that I thought did the best job. I used 2 different removals, and one I didn't recommend. But again, those were for gel nails, so that was not the best removers to use. Okay, so this activator is bringing out the color. They all were very similar before, and now this is bringing them out. And each nail I did in a different color, and I used 2 different brands, and I tried to make them go from darker to lighter just because I like that look. Okay, so here's where we're at so far. Big difference in some of the colors. This one was a sparkly one. This is that cheaper one. I don't know. I'm not real thrilled with that one. It looks sparkly, but it's not really sparkly. I'm gonna put another coat just to see if it makes it look any better. The color's kind of cool, but you know, I don't know. It's all right. Okay, so that's those. I'm gonna do this other hand. The thumbs I did in the cheaper one, or the one that I call it cheaper. I don't remember how much they were. The one that I thought came across to me as a cheaper product. I did notice on some of mine, when I opened them, their seal was off. On some of them, it came as a kit. And so I don't know if that meant returns or what, but it's weird that some were sealed and some weren't. Maybe someone just tried it a little bit and then sent it back, and some were going to have it and some weren't. So here's one of the other ones that I thought, one of the pink ones. Anyway, they're all not too bad. I mean, considering this is a home job and I've never done it before, it probably would have helped me to look at tutorials, but I was just wanting to read the instructions and then just go for it, and that's what I did. So I'm just putting the activator on the rest of them. The last step is, for me, from what I've received in the mail, is going to be the top coat. And I will probably choose to do 2 coats of that. Evidently you can get a matte or shiny, and I'm not sure which I have. I would probably prefer shiny. So, activator on here. I mean, they're all doing pretty decent. It just seems like that one dip was better than the other in my opinion, but I don't know. Just could be. All right, so here we are. They're all have activator on them. This is the one I broke. Those were the pink lids. And the rest were all the other lids. This was also a pink lid. So I guess it's I guess I just prefer the lighter. The more clear. These seem to be more, you know, not see-through. That might be the difference. And then the last step is the top coat. And then I'll have a mess to clean up. Luckily I did it on a tray. There. Well, actually, I think you're supposed to file before you do your top coat, but I'm just going to do this because I don't really have that much to file, I don't think. I kept my nails fairly short, so there's not like there's a lot to do there. And I don't have any acrylic or anything on me. I usually don't do that. I guess my nursing days just kind of makes me feel like acrylic nails harbor germs that you don't want to pass to your patients, so I just got in the habit of not doing them. So this is all the top coat. I'm going really quick with this because I want to be able to show it. So, and they did say keep your lids done because your brushes will goop up and dry out on you too fast. So here we are. This is the done dip that I would have paid a lot of money for, and they would probably look better, but this isn't too bad, right? From a home job, first time I've ever done it. I'm an artist, so I don't mind having different colors, but every single nail is a different color. They're very similar because they were in the pink, white family. There you go. So I'll put links down for the product for both dips, and the kit that I used that has all of these. And there's one more that the cat knocked down that I don't know where it is, but it's a brush cleaner that goes with these. So 5 things came in that kit. So I hope you have fun and maybe try to buy one of these yourself. I'm finished. This was started off fun, and then I'm like, I want to get done. I want to get done. Oh, I want to mention, I did put this on after I took off my nail polish, but before I did all of this, I did rough it up with a nail file. But I think if any keratin went into my nail, it went into my nail, and it would have been beneficial. But before you do all this, you need to file that, file your nail first, because that leaves it a little smoother and nothing would adhere if you don't do that. The last step, I'm going to wash my hands, but would be the cuticle oil. And I will do that too. So I hope you had fun with me. Bye.